Hey, what's up, everybody? Media 44 coming at you with another video. All right, so I'm making this video a little later than usual because, quite honestly, I was eating crawfish. 2 pounds of crawfish takes about an hour and a half to finish, and by the time the game ended, I only was halfway through the crawfish, and I wasn't about to put all that down and make a 30-minute video, come back, and it's messy, and it would be cold by then, and it was tasting good. So I figured I'm gonna eat my meal, listen to some talking heads, and then make my video after I'm all cleaned up and ready to do so. So that's what I did, man. And the Lakers, this particular game, to be honest with you, I probably saw as much of this game as I saw of the Heat game that I missed when I was in Fresno. So y'all gotta forgive me. I just didn't see too much of this. It was on. I was watching as much of it as I could focus on, but the crawfish on for the second half was the problem. I just had you can't eat that without looking at the food. And then in the first half, of course, I had the circumstances with my family, so it just pulled me away from this game entirely. But I was able to follow it as it was happening for the most part. Then I started having link issues and down the stretch of the game, so I didn't actually see the Max Christie bounce pass. It was a mess, man. It was a mess. So I'll give you what I have in terms of stats, but I'm not an expert on this matchup. I just didn't get a chance to watch of it as much as I would have needed to really make an educated statement about what took place. But let's go over some stats. Anthony Davis. We'll start with the Lakers here. We lost 119 to 115. If I didn't already say that, Houston Rockets took care of us. In a close one, even though it wasn't all that close to start, we did come back with a lot of fight. But 30 points for Anthony Davis, 5 blocks, 13 rebounds, plus 7. 4 offensive rebounds on 10 of 18 shooting from the field, 2 of 4 from the 3. We like that. That was good. That's a good line from Anthony Davis. Good line. Love to have him 4 turnovers back, but good line. Rui Hachimura, 5 of 9 from the field, 3 of 6 from 3. So we definitely like the shooting. 13 points, 1 rebound, and nothing else really accredited to him. I like the scoring. I really need him to contribute to the boards tonight. I need that. There's no way we can win this game if he didn't bet 1 rebound. Can't happen. Also, LeBron James, 21 points, 9 assists, 13 boards. 8 of 16 shooting, 4 of 7 from the 3. So, the stars showed up. Definitely love the shooting there. 4 of 7 from behind the arc, even though one of the threes he took I thought was a losing 3. When you're down by, 7 with 1:15 to go, and he takes a off-balance 3-point shot from a weird angle and it bricks. Nah, that's not a winning shot. Early in the shot clock at that, I understand time is not on our side. We need a higher percentage shot in that play. Now, he did come back down on the next possession and drive at the rim, get a layup. That's a winning play. But that 3-point shot, you needed that possession to be quality. And you made us live or die with a 3-point shot that didn't have a high percentage of winning. If we're playing our percentages, of going in rather, but if we're playing our percentages and we're down the stretch of a basketball game, we can live with living and dying with the choices of a star. What we have a trouble with is that star giving us a very small window of percentage of the shot he takes being a success. And that shot was bad. It's just bad. And when you consider Austin Reeves loves to mirror LeBron James, it's why Austin took that bad shot he took about 4 games ago that we talked about. Was around the same exact way, same exact type of shot. If you're the leader, you got to know that what a good shot looks like and what a bad shot looks like. And unfortunately for LeBron, he is playing for a team that had one of the greatest closers to ever play do it for 20 years. So we know exactly what a good shot looks like. We know how to win these type of games as it pertains to what we need our star to do in those situations. And we know how to lose those type of games and what a bad shot looks like. We've had way too much experience watching someone who is an expert at that particular thing make all the right decisions. So we know exactly when it doesn't look good. That didn't look good. So I don't want to single out LeBron. I didn't think he played all that bad. But in situations like that, you need high percentage quality possessions. With 1:15 to go, you're down by 7. Yes, we could use a 3, but we need a good 3. And I thought that was a very bad one. So that's something I need to say, man. That's something I needed to say. But Bron didn't play bad. It's not like I'm mad at him. Austin Reeves, 21 point, 10 assists, 6 of 13 shooting, 3 of 6 from the 3-point line. No boards. I don't know if I even believe that stat. Let me refresh this thing. I can't believe Austin Reeves didn't rebound the ball. I'm having a hard time believing that. Still says no boards. If that's not a typo on ESPN's part, that hurt us bad. If Ruiz and Austin together get one board, you're not winning that basketball game. You're not winning that basketball game. Max Christie, 14 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 4 of 8 shooting from the field, 2 of 5 from behind the arc, and a very bad inbounds pass that ultimately gave the game away. What can I say, Max? You had the best plus-minus on the team, but ultimately gave the game away with that play. I don't know how to feel about that at all because I didn't get a chance to see it. So the emotion that's attached to such a thing, I just don't have it. It is what it is. Sucks to lose, though. Dorian Finney-Smith had his best scoring game of this season with the Lakers. 13 points, 2 steals, 2 assists, 2 rebounds, 5 of 9 from the field, 2 of 6 from behind the arc. We need him to rebound more. Cam Reddish, 1 foul in 4 minutes. Why didn't he play? I'm going to talk a little more about that as well. Jackson Hayes, 0 of 2 from the field. 2 points, 1 assist, 2 rebounds. Only 6 minutes. Shake Milton, 5 minutes to play. 1 of 2 from the free throw line. 1 rebound. 2 turnovers. That's not what I need per minute, put it like that. I need a little more from Shake Milton, but he didn't get a lot of minutes tonight. Dalton Knecht, 17 minutes, 0 for 3 from the field, 0 for 2 from behind the arc, 1 rebound, no points. The hell is that? You know, I mean, I listened to DTLF. That's who I was paying attention to. I watched a good majority of his content right now. And his point of view is we need to get a center. And, you know, in a game like this, I definitely think it helps when you consider what this rebounding issue ultimately became of us. And I think that's really what probably told the story there. 49 to 39 on the boards, 18 offensive rebounds to our 10. I mean, you give up 18 offensive boards, you're not going to win. But us getting only 39 boards in general and 10 of them being offensive mean we were terrible on the defensive glass, in my opinion. And, you know, that's not going to help your cause. And what else? Turnovers. We had 10 turnovers to their 6. So you got to credit the Houston Rockets for only having 6 turnovers. They really took care of the basketball, meaning we weren't doing enough defensively to take it from them. But we did have 4 steals. So that tells me that this was more Houston winning than us losing, because 6 of the turnovers they had, we took from them. They only had 2 unforced turnovers. So they took care of the basketball in a special way tonight. That's what the numbers say anyway. Points in the paint, 52 to 40. That's where they got us as well. Shooting numbers, 47 to 99 from the field for them for 47%. 38 of 78 for us, 48%. That ain't going to cut it. We need more shots attempted there, and that means we need more rebounds to accredit ourselves. They got more shots off because they had more offensive rebounds, giving them those second chance opportunities. We shot 44% from the 3, 16 of 36, which is fine. 14 of 40 from the 3 for them, for 35%. So we shot the 3 ball better, but that's not a surprise. They're not that great of a 3-point shooting team. They only shot 57% from the free throw line, did the Rockets. How they won a basketball game shooting 57% from the free throw line is beyond me. We shot 82%, 23 of 28. So we missed 5 of them. We lost by 4. What we say about making free throws. You hit your free throws, you win the games. You miss your free throws, you lose the game. It's kind of went down that way too. For all the things that went wrong for us on the boards and all of that, we missed 5 free throws, we lost by 4. Period. So, like, these are the things that you really have to consider, man. 2 fast break points for our team. I credit that to the fact that they have athletes and we don't. And we talked about that a lot at the halftime video. I encourage you guys to check out. But that's what it really comes down to. You don't have athletes, man. When you're going up against Amen Thompson, Green, and some of these dudes, Whitmore, you're not going to beat them. You know why you're not going to beat them? Because you don't have the athletes. We can talk about a lot of different things. But when it comes to this particular matchup, Amen Thompson, 16 boards, 6 offensive rebounds by himself. Steven Adams had 7 offensive rebounds by himself. Like that's where you lost the game right there. You got to get the big man to help with the boards, and you got to get the athlete to help with the boards. You know, and that's where you lost. That's where you lost. Jalen Green had 33 points. The great demoralizer is what I call him. 5 of 12 from behind the arc, 12 of 24 from the field. That's what it was right there. Van Fleet had 15, 5 of 11 from the field, 3 8 from behind the arc. Sengun had 14 points, 4 assists, 6 rebounds, 6 of 14 from the field, over 2 from behind the arc. Dylan Brooks stealed bricks, 33 minutes of play, 2 of 8 from the field, 1 of 4 from behind the arc, 5 points, 3 assists, 4 rebounds for dealing bricks. Yeah, man. Steven Adams off the bench. I figured they were ramping him up. I told you guys that I figured he would get more looks this day than he ever has, just because they're starting to slowly get him back from injury. 17 minutes tonight, and he really balled out, man. He really did. 8 points, 9 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block in 17 minutes of play. So that's where you need your big man. You need that. Sengun and Adams coming at you. You cannot possibly get away with just Anthony Davis and Rui Hachimura and Jackson Hayes getting 6 minutes of play. You know, I know that we got Koloko close to playing his 50-game maximum as per the G League contract rules, but he should have been activated for this game. Personnel-wise, you should have had him out there. And Jackson Hayes only getting 6 minutes means this tells me you went too small. That's all that tells me is you went too small. Because the only other center you have is Anthony Davis. He did play 38 minutes, but when you went away from him, what did you got? Dorian and Rui playing center or something like that? Maybe those were the Jackson Hayes minutes. But Anthony Davis is being asked to do too much at the center position. We're too thin to be going up against those meaty, hefty centers, especially when you have a deficiency in athleticism with your wings. The matchup did not allow for us to make the decision we made in only letting Anthony Davis basically be the only center out there. You just couldn't do it. You couldn't do that. So that's really what the numbers tell me, man. It ain't much deeper than that. Steven Adams and Alpi are two heavy centers coming at your one actual center. And then when you consider Amen Thompson extra, motivated for this particular matchup, given the fact he's come back from that suspension, 16 boards for Amen Thompson. I would love to say I'm surprised, but his athleticism coupled with who he's going up against dictates that he had better dominate his matchup. Like, literally. Dominate your matchup. That's what I would have told him if I was on his side of things. Amen, Jalen, Cam, this is your night. Run past these idiots. They ain't got enough athleticism in their back pocket to keep up with you. Run past them. And that's exactly what they did. 56 points between Amen and Jalen by themselves. They ran past us. Ain't deeper than that. You cannot, and I say this to Rob Pelinka because this is who it's really directed at. You can't get away with this. You cannot have not so athletic people going up against really super uber athletic guys. I don't know why you had such a desire to pass up on a guy like Cam Whitmore, who would have helped us a lot if we would have given him 35 minutes tonight. At least he could have offset some of that athleticism. Instead, he's sitting on their team, adding to their athleticism. It's something you should have never let happen. You know what I mean? These are things you just don't let happen. Dorian Finney-Smith, I love Dorian's game. I like what he's doing. I think he had a good game. But he doesn't add to the athleticism. If anything, he's adding to the lack of it. So now you have him out there. He's a little bit older, kind of up and down. Rui Hachimura, up and down, not really a mover. And then you got Max out there who's got some athleticism, but they're way more athletic than him, so it takes away from that. Austin, on a night where you really need him to crash the boards, he walks away with no boards. Why? Because he's going up against supreme athletes who are going to do things. And you got Dylan Brooks over there making life hard on people, just being himself, running around. Deshaun Tate coming off the bench. You know what I mean? It's a lot of athleticism that they bring to the table, man. Aaron Holiday had 7 points tonight in 12 minutes, 3-8 from the field, 1-3 from behind the arc. So it's like you got guys contributing all over the place, hitting you in areas you can't afford to get hit. That's what it really comes down to. We're too thin and we're too lacking in athleticism, and they exploited those things. They exploited the hell out of those two things, man. So I think you play this game 100 times, you probably lose it 100 times until we address what it is we got going on here. this is going to be a problem every time we see them. I can promise you that. And in the future as well, if we continue on this path with the same personnel and they keep theirs. Thompson, and it's going to be Thompson, Whitmore, and Green smoking the Lakers every time they see them. It's going to get real easy for them too. The older and more mature they're going to get, it's going to get easier. Because Amen Thompson ain't getting no worse. 11 of 19 shooting from the field. 16 boards, 23 points. I bet most of them things was dunks. I bet you 11 of them field goals probably dunks. Flying at the rim, driving at the rim, jumping over people. That's athleticism, man. God-given talent. Genetics. Like, you can't. And the sad thing is, we got LeBron James. And I guess because we had LeBron James, we just figured he would take care of all the athleticism for us in regards to our personnel. Like, we don't really need athleticism. We got the most athletic player of all time. Yeah, but he's 106 years old. Rob, like, no, you don't pass up on the super athletic guy and get yourself another layup merchant point guard when Cam Whitmore's sitting right there. Because of this type of thing. This is exactly why you don't do that. This is exactly why you value athleticism more than he did. This is why people want us to go off and get, for all it's worth, and you know I don't agree, but I understand this is why people want us to get Zach LaVine. It makes sense. If Zach LaVine were on a reasonable contract, obviously he should be here because this garbage here. Because of this. If you can get your hands on Shaedon Sharpe in Portland, you need people who can do stuff that regular people can't do. You got regular people on your team as it pertains to athleticism. You do. Regular people, bro. I'm just being honest with you. Outside of LeBron James, your best athlete is Max Christie. Anthony Davis, I don't look at him as an athlete. He's a freak guy of length and extreme fundamentals and a great basketball player. But that's not his game. He's not an explosive jumper, leaper. No. After that, you're talking about Jackson Hayes. Like, literally. Austin has some athleticism. You know, he's not a scrub in that way. But, like, come on, man. He's going up against some serious brothers, man. Let's be honest. It's not nothing to play with. When you talk about the athleticism of Jalen Green, Amen Thompson, and Cam Whitmore, that's nothing to play with. And we didn't even have to deal with, what's the dude's name? I can't think of his name. Terry Eason. We didn't even have to deal with Jabari Smith. You know what I'm saying? God forbid they play Reed Shepard and let him turn into what it is we all know he is right now. All they got to do is give him some minutes. He's probably the best guard they got. Like, they got more talent that we didn't have to deal with. I don't know, Lakers. We need some personnel changes, and we need a philosophy overhaul as it pertains to what we're doing when we build our next unit. When we're done with this LeBron James era, you can't throw a bunch of layup merchants and regular athletes on the floor. You need to try to get the next level super jumper, dunker, speed demon. You need those guys, man. You need multiple ones of those if you're really going to pass forward the type of greatness that the Lakers have had in their past. Fundamentals is great, but you're running into some freaks, man. Seriously. you got some real freakazoid athletes out there now, and only more of them are going to be coming into the league over the next several years. If you don't start changing your way of thinking in regards to how you build your team, you're going to be left behind. You're going to get smoked. And that's what I know. So that's pretty much all I really want to say about this game, since I didn't watch too much of it. All the details and stuff like that, I heard people complain about the refs. I didn't see enough to know enough, man. I just didn't see it. So, yeah, that's it. Game ball, I'm going to give it to Amen Thompson. Killed us on the boards. That's where we got beat. You know what I mean? I think Jalen Green's obviously somebody you consider for that as well. But based on what I'm looking at here, I got to give it to him. And look, man, Rui Hachimura, bro, I was listening to DTLF. He was saying take Rui out the starting lineup. Yeah, I know I don't put a whole lot of value on starting lineups and bench units. It's more so about minutes for me. I think you getting off to a good start is very important, and if for that reason it does hold some importance, but it's not a promotion or a demotion for me in my mind. It's more so about the matchups of the night, hopefully. But I think coaches like using continuity, and they do like to promote by way of starting lineups, so it just depends on the coach at the end of the day. But for my money, I don't put a whole lot of stock in that. I grew up on Manu Ginobili, one of the best players in the world, coming off the bench his whole career. So that's not a thing for me. I watch a guy like Andre Roberson come off the bench for James Harden. Like, I mean, start for James Harden coming off the bench. So you can't. I'm not rolling. But I understand that a lot of the league is, so I try to adjust my thinking. Rui should probably come out of that starting lineup. That's what it boils down to. He should probably come out of that. It's one of those things where it's like he hasn't really played well since we made the Dorian Smith trade. Some people don't do well in situations like this. He doesn't. He doesn't do well in these type of situations. I'm not knocking him. I like Rui, but sometimes you just got to give your team what you need, and sometimes if you don't, you need to be removed from circumstances where you're given opportunities to play more than maybe somebody who would have. And in a night like this, I like the shooting, 5 of 9, 3 of 6 from behind the arc. It's not bad, but when you didn't contribute, no assists, no steals, no blocks, and 1 board, and we're getting smoked on the boards, yeah, that's not enough. That's awful in a game that means so much for your team, bro. In a game that means so much when you're trying to fight for seeding, going up against a playoff team you need home court advantage against and all this type of crap. Team got athleticism deficiencies. You need to be pushing people around to make sure you get rebounds. 1 rebound and no other stats. There was a play I was watching, glimpsing at before the start of my process with my family. It was a play where Rui Hachimura caught the ball in the paint and went up for a shot when there was a streaking player across from him driving at the rim toward him that would have been open if he would have just passed the ball. He didn't have no way of making that pass, it seemed. I don't want to say that my basketball IQ knows that pass could have been made, but I know if the pass were able to be made, I think it was Max Christie gets an open layup because the defense was collapsing on him. Based on my point of view, that's a pass that needs to be made. I know it's a bang-bang play, the one I'm referring to. Everything's happening really fast. I think that pass needs to be made. There goes one of the assists right there that you can get. And then this is what I was talking about in regards to getting facilitators. You know what I mean? Because you got guys on this team that are below average in that area. And this is the one I was most concerned with. Rui just does not have court vision at all. He doesn't have a feel for other people at all. When he gets the ball, he's looking to score, even if there are other options that have better opportunities to shoot. So that's why I'm kind of low on Rui as it pertains to his basketball IQ, because of stuff like that. That from my point of view, really can't tell the difference between a quality possession and getting swatted at the rim and them going in transition with athletes. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm just kind of down on Rui. I love his size and I love his efficiency scoring the ball. Those are 2 things I value a whole lot. But this is exactly why I said I'd use him as a microwave scorer at the power forward position. Because that's exactly what he gave you in 28 minutes of play. He gave you microwave scorers numbers. If he ain't scoring, he ain't doing much. Unless he feels like it, unless he's having one of those nights, for which sometimes comes around. But on a night like this, I needed somebody else on the floor a lot more than him who was thinking about getting boards. When I look at Jackson Hayes is a rebounder. He may not be any good at rim protection. Can't count on him to hit a shot outside of 10 feet. But on a night where I'm getting smashed on the boards, he can walk away with 8-9 boards. And you only gave him 6 minutes tonight? That's not enough time for Jackson Hayes to even rebound and contribute. And when you have deficient rebounding situations like Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura out there, you can't have Jackson Hayes on the floor for only 6 minutes. That's just like, nah, that can't happen, man. And for Dalton Knecht, I look at Dalton Knecht and say, okay, you didn't give me no scoring. But not only did you not give me any scoring, but I look at you as one of our best rebounders. And you gave me 1 board? 17 minutes of play you running around and that's all you could accomplish on that basketball floor? Salute the Kobe minute. Nah, Dalton. Nah, brother. No. This is a bad Dalton game. I know you didn't give him a lot of shots, and maybe that might be the problem, JJ. Maybe you need to give this kid more shots. But this type of rebounding for a player that I know can rebound, that's more of a problem for me than the scoring was, given what the team needed on this particular night, which was rebounds. He only gives me 1. That's why I lost, because I couldn't get no rebounds out of him, Austin Reeves, or Rui Hachimura. Between the 3 of them, they had 2 boards. What are we even talking about, bro? And look, you can look at the athletes there. You can look at their athleticism down there, deficiency, and say, yo, that's why Dalton didn't get any boards, because Amen was eating them up. Because, you know, who else? I guess Steven Adams was eating them up. I guess that's what you want to say. But I'm not rolling. Not when I see how he hunts down boards. Austin not getting no boards. I need to see the game to know how the hell that even happened. Austin Reeves is a good rebounder. He has a knack for the basketball. How the hell did he not walk away with any rebounds in this basketball game? 41 minutes of play, you didn't get a single damn board? Nah, man. This team, the energy looked a little off to me to start the game. I thought the guys were playing like a little less energetic than they needed to. When we talk about early games on a Sunday on the road against athletes, it could be a little much for a team with older guys. But I thought the energy we came out with was not exciting, not very intentional, and it needed to be. This was a fired up Houston Rockets team. Came off a bad loss against the Boston Celtics. And that's something I'm noticing. As somebody who pays attention to these games and does homework on previous games that lead up to the game we're in, a lot of these teams we've been running into run into Boston first. So that means they're playing at a higher level or have gotten run out the gym on the highest of levels, and then they come in to see us. So they're bringing that heightened energy to us. It's tough. It's tough when the team that you're about to play is coming off getting beat to hell by the Boston Celtics. That's tough. So that's something that's been rather consistent this season. A lot of the teams that we end up losing to played Boston the game before that. So yeah, man, it's just a thing that the schedule makers have really done here. It's consistent. So yeah, man, I don't know, man. I listened to DTLF talk about the rotations tonight, and the numbers kind of tell me we didn't use the right people, man. Cam Reddish only getting 4 minutes tonight. When you're going up against that type of talent, you probably need him on the floor a bit more, man. In fact, you definitely need him on the floor more than 4 damn minutes. That's awful. Especially since Cam's been playing pretty well for you. I know he hasn't been scoring a lot, but I don't judge him by that. I judge him by his rebounds, assists, and steals. If he scores, that's icing on the cake, but that's not what he's there for. He's not a scorer anymore. He hasn't been a scorer since he left Duke. So for me, when you're going up against this type of athleticism, you're going up against Amon Thompson, you're going up against Dylan Brooks, Cam Whitmore, Deshaun Tate, he fits the mold. He's going to help you with them a lot. And you didn't give him any minutes. You chose this to be the game. You don't give him any minutes? Hell no. Hell no. Bad. Absolutely bad, man. So, I don't know, man. I just think, look, I'm happy with Bron's performance, even though I hated that shot he took. Other than that, he was pretty good. Shot 50% from the field and above that from behind the arc. So, he shot well. He's on a great stretch. 9 assists, 13 boards. He gave me what I needed for the most part, man. He really did. 2 turnovers. That's what I need from Bron. Anthony Davis looks like he had a pretty good game, man. 30 points, 13 boards. He hit the boards. We needed him to hit it even harder, but if he gets over 13 boards, what am I going to do? Get mad at him? Nah, he needed help. If his freaking power forwards can't rebound the ball at all, you know, Bron is not included in that. But you're looking at Rui, Dorian, Jackson Hayes barely got any minutes. You know, these people are not rebounding the ball. Austin ain't rebounding. What the hell are we going to do against a team that is? And all of that being said, we still had a chance to win if we hit our damn free throws. BL44. I thank y'all for watching.